Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mallikarjun here. Here again with one more exciting topic, that is PDB export and import. So in PDB level, we have so many options. You can do a export of a table, export of a table space, export of a schema, or export of a even entire PDB, and then you can restore it into another PDB, restore of a table, restore of a table space, or restore of a entire schema, or restore of an entire PDB. So all these options you can try it over it, or you can explore it in at your PDB level, right? So, today I'm going to demonstrate fully on this PDB level export and import scenarios. And then, before I get into the technical discussion, if you are new to my channel, always go back to YouTube, search for Malik034, and then please do subscribe. And then if you like my videos, please give thumbs up and share with your friends and colleagues, right? So if you're looking for technical scripts or commands, whatever I'm going to use it in this particular today's session, you can get it in my blog, Malik034blogspot.com. All right, get into my lab here. So I have two sessions open, one with this red color, other one is black color here. So here I'm going to do export, and this color, red color, I'm going to do that import. So let's see my container database here, ps-ef grep smon. Sorry, I have cdbdb here, and then environmental variable is already set here, sid, Oracle base, Oracle home, connect back to your cdb. Right, so do show PDBs. Right, you have PDB1 and PDB2. We'll do export on PDB1, and then we'll do import on PDB2. So import, we're going to do it in this red color here. So connect your PDB1 here, alter session set container equal to PDB1, show PDBs. Right, so you connected to PDB1. Let's get into my command notepad here. So the first one is, before you do any export and import, you're going to create a directory inside your database pointing to your the physical directory on the server. Like, create a replace directory called test_dir as a user on app Oracle or a data dump. So I'm going to create over here, and then I'm going to grant this read and write permission to my system user on that particular test_dir directory. Let's go ahead and run this one inside your PDB1. You're going to run it here, and then you're going to grant this read and write to that system user on that particular test_dir directory. Right, so that's it. And then the very first example, what I'm going to show it here, the table level export and import. I'm going to do export using system user and then the password from my PDB1 table called Malik, the user called Malik, and there's a test table in the PDB1. I'm going to do export and I'm going to do import here. So let's connect to Malik user and verify that test table is available. So connect. I know that Malik username and password at the PDB1. So I'm just going to connect to my PDB1 here. At the PDB1, I'm going to use like Malik username and Malik password at the PDB1. It's going to connect to my PDB1, right? It's connected to your PDB1 here. And then let's verify the table. Select star from tab. So I don't have any table. Let's quickly create one dummy table. That's a test table here. Create table test. I'm just going to do serial number. Serial number is going to be number 10, and then serial number it will be number character of 3 character, 2 character, whatever it is, and then text. I'm just going to text, so it will be like varchar 2 of 10. Right, so table created. So let's do select star from tab here. So there's a test table created. If I do select star from test, so it will be nothing. So I can just do insert into test values. So 1, this is text. So I'm just gonna give some entry on that. Okay, too long. This is text too long. So I just given 10 character, but this is text. It's gonna be like too long. So I'm just gonna mention text. Right. So let's see here. Right. So inserted, commit. So select star from test. right? So it has a value 1 and then text inside that, right? So that's it. Like we got a table and then we're good to export. Like I'm do export system followed by password. So probably password is what? Malik 123 hash @ PDB1 table Malik and test table directory. I'm gonna dump into my test underscore dir dump file name test underscore dmp log file name test underscore log file. This is my export command of a PDB table from that PDB. Right, so it says invalid username and password because it is not able to connect using this particular password. Let's do it here. What you can do, I can connect to my SQL plus slash SSDBA and then show PDBs. I'm just going to reset my system password. I can connect to my PDB1 here. I'm going to reset my system password. Alter system set, alter system identified by. I'm just going to give the same password here, Malik123 hash. Alter, uh, uh, like alter user, whatever the username is resetted, right? Alter username. Once again. Alter user, alter user, alter user, alter user. 1 second, I'll just get that. All right, so what we can do, alter user, that user will be my system user, alter user system identified by. So I'm just going to reset back to the same password, whatever I used here. Changes must be applied on all the container database. System identified by Malik, the user system identified by Malik. The specified changes must apply to all the instances. Right, so what we can do, what we can do, we'll try with the one option, like this is not the actual way. This particular error message is going to mislead. Like, if you see container equal to all, right? Like, the keyword container equal to all, it says within a pluggable touch, you cannot do it. So for that, I can just exit out of that. I can connect back to my container database. I'm gonna set my system user here. Right, so it is set now here at system level. So that's gonna at container level, it is changed. So automatically it's going to reflect in your PDB level. Alter user system, or else you can use container equal to all. When you are doing this one, right? Alter user rename, alter user system identified by Malik, and then you can mention this container equal to all. Right, so then you can exit, and then you can connect back here, and then run the same command. Right, you can see connected to Oracle database enterprise edition 19c. Earlier, the moment I run this export command, it was failing that unable to connect to your database, right? Invalid username and operations. Right now here, it is connected to my database here, and then started doing export, and then it's going to export. You can see one row exported. So that is Malik test table. It has only one row. It got exported here, and this is a dump file here. If I go to this dump file location here, this is a physical location, dump file, and then the log file. And if I do cat of that log file, it's going to be like same as whatever you're going to see it here. The same, if I do cat of this one, it's going to be like same. It has one row, one table got exported, and it has one row, right? So that's a typical table export at your PDB level. And I'm going to do import on my PDB2. Right, so what I'll do now, right, I'll just going to do tables. I'm just going to do test table. Table exist action equal to truncate. If there's a table exist, you can do truncate and then re-import it. Directory and then dump file name. I'm just going to give the dump file name, whatever the dump file name was generated here. And then with the whatever the import impdb_test.log. So this is my import log file, and then this was the export dump file, and then this is the dump directory, and then table exist action. You can do all of the skip, append, truncate, and replace. If you don't mention also, default it will be like skip tables equal to test, and it will gonna connect to PDB, and then it's gonna do import. But one thing is like if I do this way, right, import, and then try to do import here. So I'm using a system user, default it trying to import it to my system user here, right? So because we're going to just do tables and they're going to just mention test. So we're going to try to default import into your system user, and then we'll complete it. Let's connect here and do it. .inv cdbdb cdbdb, right? So env pipeline grep capital vara, right? It's all set. Run this import command. Let's see. Connected to your database here, and then you're just giving tables, invalid username and password, test dir. Test dir directory does not exist here, right? So that's the first thing we have to do it, right? Like that's what we did it for doing the export. Import also we do the same thing. SQL plus /sdba show PDBs, alter session set container equal to PDB2, right? So show PDBs, right? You are inside PDB2. Now you can create the same command, create the directory, and then grant that read right into my system user. Right, done. Now you can go ahead and then do the same import command. Remember, you are doing with the system user name, and then you are giving just a table name here test. So if you don't specify any object or any username, what happens? Object like system.test was not found, and then could not be exported. Default option is, as I said, skip, right? So it is trying to find out that test table and then could not be exported, or the imported object that test was not found here. Let's finish this one here. Test was not found. Let's complete it, or let's just cancel this one. Right. So now what we can do, try to put one more condition here. Like I can do this one. Malik dot. I'll just use Malik dot here doing the import. Right. It says you can see here, right? Import job, and then Malik the test failed to create. Malik does not exist. The user Malik does not exist here, so it will not be able to create that one. Let's go ahead and then create Malik user here, or you want to create, you can create any other user, and you can use a remapped schema. So I'll just connect back to my PDB2 here. I'll just going to create Malik user randomly. Create user Malik identified by Malik. Create user Malik, and then identified by Malik, and then grant DBA to Malik. I'll just give DBA permission here. Grant DBA to Malik. Right, just exit here now, and now we can directly go ahead and do that import again. Right, so started importing into that Malik user, and then successfully imported, and then one row, one table inserted, and one row created inside that, and then import succeeded. SQL plus Malik / Malik at the PDB2, select star from test. You can see one table with the test has one row. So that is a table level import. And then you can do, if the table already exists, you can do skip, append, truncate, replace, whatever you want it. Right. So if you want to do a schema level export, like, system and then password, I'm just going to do that Malik user export here. PDB1, sorry. Quickly, I can show this demo here, PDB1. So system followed by system password at the PDB schema is equal to Malik. I'm just going to do Malik user export test dir, and then I'm just going to mention that malik.dmp and then export, and then it's going to be like malik.log. So this is your export command, log file and dump file name, and then dump file directory, and then which schema I want to export, and then from which PDB want to export. So this is my export command here. I'll go here, and then I'm going to run this one export command here. So this is an entire Malik schema export. Right, so started exporting that Malik schema, entire Malik schema. Right, so that particular table has one row got exported here. And if I go and verify the dump file here, you can see export malik.log and malik.dump is got exported here. So import is going to be like pretty same, import system followed by your password here. I'm just going to give that system password at that PDB2, and schema is equal to, I'm just going to do Malik and directory dump dir, and then dump file name, it's malik.tmp, import malik.log. So this is the log file, and this is the dump file, and then this is the dump directory, and then the schemas you are going to import, and then you are going to import it on PDB2. Right, go ahead and run this one. Right, so what it says here, the moment you do this import, um, it said your import job name, and then started import here, and then Malik user already exists, and then it just ignored that Malik user, and then test table already exists, and then these are the two error message you got it. Those are like expected one, because Malik user also exists, and then the table also exists here. That's what I'll do now. I'll just connect my PDB2. I'm just gonna drop that user SQL plus system/Malik123 at the PDB2, and then drop user Malik. Right. I'll just drop user Malik cascade. Right. Sorry for that. Malik user drop cascade. So that's going to drop all the tables, everything associated to that. Then now you can try the import command here. Import system password PDB2 schema Malik, and then directory dump file and log file. Right, so started importing your Malik user here, schema as Malik, and then imported this Malik test table inside that Malik user. Everything is done. Right, so import successfully completed. You can connect back to your first. You can connect back to your PDB2 using system user. Later, you can connect to your Malik user. Connect Malik/Malik at that PDB2. Right, connected. Select star from tab, and then you can see table test is exist here. Select star from test. Right, that's imported entire schema export and import. Right. Now that's your second option. Third option, entire PDB database export and import. So what I'll do now, PDB level, right? So I'm just going to do PDB1. So what I'll do, export system followed by password at that PDB1. So it's going to connect to PDB1 full equal to Y. It's going to do entire PDB export directory and dump file. So I'm just going to do PDB1 log file. So I'm just going to mention PDB1.log. So this is your log file, this is your dump file, and then this is your directory, and full equal to Y. It's a full PDB level export connecting to this PDB. And then do I export here. Go back to the screen here. Export your entire PDB. Right, so job started here and then started exporting your entire PDB here. Right, so let's move on. That's going on. Right, so it's exporting all the objects associated within that PDB. Right, so let it go on. Let's meantime explain about the import command. Import, let it go on this one here. Import system and then password of your PDB2. I'll just rename it as a PDB2 and then full equal to Y. That's a full PDB level import. Like, we're just going to do full equal to Y. Directory name, dump file name. I'm just going to replace the dump file name, whatever we're exporting here. And then log file name, PDB1.log. So this is your log file. And then this is your dump file, whatever that export is happening right now. And this is your dump file directory, and then full equal to Y, and then PDB2 add using your system user. Right, so that's your pretty much import command. Let's do that one here. Right, so it's still going on. Remember this at the rate, that service, the TNS service name, right? So that's very important. So which PDB you are doing it, right? But you can see it is happening here. A lot of base tables it's exporting here. Yeah, you can see Malik.test is successfully exported here. Yeah, export is completed successfully, which is spent almost 2 minutes. So what I'll do for this demonstration purpose, right? So I'll connect to my PDB2. I'll drop that user again, how I did earlier, like, drop user Malik Cascade. So that, once I do a import on this PDB2 using that PDB1 export, that Malik user should get created here. So the import command is here. Already command is that import system username password at the PDB2 full equal to Y directory test dir dump dir. This is a dump file and then log file. Let's go ahead and do this. Here it like few error messages are expected because your system sysocks, all those table spaces and all the users are already exist, right? So those like error messages are common. You can see this one, right? Undo table space already exist. Your temporary table space already exist and your user table space already exist. So these are like expected error messages. And then type user PDB admin already exist. So expected one. So this one here, test underscore dir. So that's a dump directory created on both the PDBs, right? So this is also expected error message. Let it be not an issue here, right? But our validation is to that Malik user should get created on this PDB2 because we dropped it before this import, right? And then that one table should be imported into that Malik user, right? So imported, okay, importing all these audit tables, right? And then yeah, imported Malik user, and then this is a test table, right? So successfully imported here. That's a validation part. Right, so it says 5 errors. So all those 5 errors are ignorable. What are those 5 errors? Go all the way up here. One is, yeah, this one, that directory already exists. We can ignore because both source and target have same directory structure or that dump file directory. And then PDB admin already exists, that user already exists, that's the secondary message. And then these three table spaces are already exist, so you can ignore all of them. Right, so that's pretty much. So let's connect back to your PDB2 as a system user. Now connect Malik, followed by Malik at the PDB2. Right, connected to PDB2, select star from tab. Let's see that table. Yeah, test table is exist here. Select star from test. Right, you can see one and text already exists. So that's a pretty much about export and import scenarios between my PDB's table level export import and schema level export import, and then entire PDB level export and import. So you can try it out. There are many options along with that. You can try it out, and the like table space level export, and then there's the exclude command, and there's a table exist action. These are like skip, append, truncate, replace, all of these options. You can just try it out. Let's comment it out on this video section. Let's see what are the challenges you will be having in your environment. Until then, thank you guys. We'll see you in our next session.